So I'm not going to do any of these because I should have caught these with you in class. Here's 5 and here's 6. They're both either permutations or combinations. Now, Castell and Joe are planning trips to 3 countries this year. There are 7 countries they'd like to visit, but they can only go to 3. And they don't seem to have a preference. Like, the text does not suggest a preference. So order does not matter. That makes it a combination, okay? So what we have to do is we have to figure out, there's 7 they want to go to, but they can only go to 3, so 7 choose 3. That's what we have to do. Not too hard. All right. We can go to math, we can go to probability, we can find our choose function, it's choice 3, and it's just a 7 choose 3. And then we can press keys and buttons and good stuff like that, and we get 35. All right, number 6. A lot of people want this to be a permutation, and I don't feel that it's a permutation because it's about groups of 2, I would think. So I would do 110C2, and I'm not going to waste time on that one. Chef Castro's fridge is filled with 8 milk cartons, 6 of which contain whole milk. Before he begins to bake, he examines the carton's expiration dates. So do remember this about probability. Probability is the number of desired outcomes over the total number of possible outcomes. I don't think a lot of kids know the definition. That's what I want. Now, the bottom's the easy part. I am picking 5 of 8. The bottom's 8C5. The top's the one you got to think about. There's 6 whole milks, and I only want to pick 5 of them, so 6C5. I wish I could write this out, but I do want you to pay attention that these numbers are matching. That's a big deal. That is a big deal. Those are matching. So then I go to my trusty TI-84, I go to math, I go to probability, NCR, and it was a 6 choose a 5, and that's sitting pretty over 8 choose 5. I don't think you have to use the math fraction thing on these. I think it does it properly. Let's convert that back to a fraction. 3 and 28. All right, moving forward. Emir volunteers at Children's Hospital as an art director. He bought 29 shirts for the children to decorate this week. 8 of the shirts are a size extra small, and 6 of the t-shirts are a size medium. If Emir was in a rush to get to the hospital and he randomly grabs 6 shirts to decorate, what is probably that 4 of the chosen are extra and 2 are medium? So, again, start with the denominator on these things. He grabs 6 shirts out of 29. There's no specification of order, so the bottom is 29C6. The top you got to think about, 4 are extra small, okay? There were 8 extra small shirts, 8 choose 4. And, it says the word and, which means times. 2 are medium. There were 6 mediums, 6C2. Now, if you take 4 and 2 and add them together, you get that 6. See it? 4 plus 2 is 6. That's important. Those things have to line up. And from there, it's just a button pushing operation. Math, num, N over D. We have an 8, math, probability, choose 4 times 6, math, probability, choose 2, sitting pretty over 29, choose 6. And this is different to me, but anyway, there's your answer. 5 in 2,262. 5 in 2,262. Now they're saying round to the 4th decimal if you can read instructions, and I hardly ever do. So 0.0022, whichever one you like. Pretty slim chance, right? All right. I'm only going to look at maybe two of these. Number 9, you're talking about television. And in the TV world, order matters. It does. Think about that. You're in charge of show lineups. And there's a keyword in here that also matters. Can choose 4 half-hour shows and. There's a word and means multiply. A-N-D implies multiply. It's just what it does. It implies multiplication. So order mattered, made us permutation, and gave us multiplication. All right, didn't say or, it said and. 12 is one that's actually on your twin, and I did a different method, so 12 is worth looking at. 3 marbles will be drawn at random without replacement from a bag containing 15 red, 10 blue, and 5 white. If you put 15, 10, and 5 together, you'll get 30, which you see in all of them. Which expression can be used to calculate the probability of drawing 2 red marbles and 1 white marble? It does not specify order, so pay attention to that. It does not specify order. Doesn't happen. So because it does not specify order, I'm going to have to be a combination. And you'll notice a couple of these have the letter P in them. Gone, gone, gone. That's simple, right? 13 I thought was kind of interesting. If you scan through the text, 13 has 2 good distractors in it. First off, it does not specify order. Okay? So I can throw that thing out the window. And this is nonsense because you're going to pick one person and then another and then another, which implies multiplication. I might be thinking of a different problem. Oh, I'm thinking of 10. But anyways, which expression represents the number of ways a committee of 3 freshmen, and there were 9, so 9 choose 3, and 2 sophomores out of 7. It's this one. It's that one. This is the one that I was thinking about. Choice 3 implies that you get to pick 1 freshman, 1 sophomore, 1 junior, and I don't see that in the text. It just says select 3 kids. If you take 5 and 4 and put them together, you get 9. Add 3, you get 12. It's a 12, choose 3. There you go, kids. Hopefully that helps you with your little assignment.